XLORD's only a part-time pro, right? I think XLORD was always part-time. So however good you think he's ever been, he was part-time. Because he studied and got a job. A real job. So Concealed Hill and Amazonia removed by XLORD. And Fly removes Last Refuge and Terranus Stand, leaving Echo, Northern Isles and Twisted Meadows. Echo being Fly's pick, Northern Isles being XLORD's pick, which means we start on Twisted Meadows. Thank you for the sub, Nested21. Do you know how high his ping will be? It's going to be between the 170 to 210 millisecond range. How hard for you is Blade against Cryptlord? I think Blade and Farseer, like Blade Grunts, Farseer Headhunter can both win against Cryptlord. But it's very important the early game. You need a good creep route. And you don't get to scout, and they do. So you pretty much need to go there quickly and then creep more near them. Maybe you pick up one creep with Blade. And then you go be near the undead. And I think Fly will feel comfortable in standard gameplay of normal Death Knight play. So I expect Fly to make his way over to XLORD side of the map very quickly. Because he would only lose if he lets a Cryptlord creep unmolested on a natural. I think that would be his thought of it. I like how in lieu of a LAN, we've got these webcam setups for the online match. It adds a lot of localness feeling to it. Nice production. Let's start things off. XLORD versus Fly on the first map here on Twisted Meadows. Thank you for the sub, Epic Bennett. Kisses and hugs to you as well. Sick headsets. So let's see. A few questions to answer here for the early game. Is Fly going to laboratory creep the rock golem? We will know in several seconds. He will not. The barracks is positioned in a spot where you cannot pull the golem. Might still put the Voodoo Lounge there. It is possible. It is still possible, actually. The Voodoo Lounge, when it comes out in about 30 seconds, may still be wedged underneath that for us to do a rock golem creep. XLORD, is he going Dreadlord, Cryptlord, Death Knight? Most players are expecting him to go Cryptlord. Most viewers, players, analysts. The new strong fad of the month. The new hero for Undead. And it is going to be Cryptlord. Yes, he is going to fully double down on the new, newly patched, newly buffed Cryptlord hero. Grubby, what is your job in real life? I am unemployed. Besides content creator, streamer, caster, and pro, I am 100% unemployed. So that feels pretty good, man. No real jobs. Double cigarette for XLORD. He Acolyte scouts here. Note the pathing of the Acolyte in a very lewd scouting pattern, if I may say. Not lewd anymore, luckily. Now it's more of an elephant. He actually killed a critter on the way to the natural expansion. Infi won against Fly with Cryptlord on this map a few days ago. Oh, cool. Thanks for the info bite, Francis. Farseer will head over immediately with Wolves and Grunt. Beetle first. Didn't go with the craft style of doing an impale surround. Creeping a pretty hefty, strong camp with Farseer in full attendance is something XLORD should have experience with. Feels risky. Feels pretty darn risky. Cryptlord gets his own creep camp, Ziggurat gets attacked and cancelled. Think of Ziggurat as bonus health. All the XP so far has gone to XLORD 5-0. 2 creeps are down. which puts Cryptlord at level 1.4. Good ghoul blocks. Keeps the ghoul alive a little while longer, but it will end up falling. 2 more hits, or 1 hit from the Farseer and 1 from the Wolf. And there we go. That was a big damage roll for Farseer. 25 damage. Acolyte goes down as well. Both players playing out the game exactly as one would expect. Oh, grunt surround. Can he do the skeleton resurround? No! He doesn't. That would have been huge. Another ghoul getting attacked. Trying to get away from these here wolves. 3 hits from this wolf, and the ghoul may die. 4 maybe. Wolves are slightly faster, but its duration is expiring. 1 more hit. Duration 1, 0. Ah! Ghoul survives. The ghoul is a long way from home, and will continue to walk to the south side of the map. Cryptlord re-engages onto the natural. Picks up the Tome of Intelligence. 1 ghoul gets surrounded. Goes for the Ogre Mage. There's a lot of stuff here now. Who gets the... Cryptlord gets it. Surround! Failed on the Farseer. Another ghoul goes down. Claws +9 on the Cryptlord. He puts 2 beetles and 2 ghouls on the Farseer. Again, all the experience goes to XLORD. Every single creep steal has been denied so far. Ziggurat gets attacked. The other Ziggurat is still up. There is Impale available now. It can be cast on the grunts, it can be cast on the Farseer. Another Ziggurat goes down, it did not get cancelled! And the grunt surround fails! He should be able to get it though. 1 grunt goes down. Fly meanwhile. Late burrow means his hero is delayed for a little bit. Presumably gonna go double bestiary, and he is. Double bestiary with Shadow Hunter. The same response that Focus just showed against Infi in game 1. And XLORD, I'm imagining his tech must be on the way already. Proper surrounds on the ground. This is a scary gameplay by Fly to send his grunts in like this. Get 3 towers up with beetles and ghouls, and XLORD will have a secured expansion. But he is teching to tier 2. And this is a very slow expansion for now. Feral Spirit goes down. Level 2.6 Cryptlord. This Ziggurat will just about live. That was close. Close and very important. Surround on that grunt will not succeed. Uh-oh, I think that's going to be a goldmine cancel. The Farseer surround! And out of range of the goldmine. But this goldmine will nonetheless get cancelled. Grunt goes down. Farseer forced to pound turtle. 1 more Acolyte shall fall prey. You know what? XLORD never teched during this. I didn't see it until now. Oh, it's Wind Riders! It's Wind Riders! No tier 2 tech. No web. Undead, the only race at tier 1 that doesn't get anti-air, but makes up for it by being able to make the best tier 1 anti-air unit once they get web. If they get web. You can preload your anti-air, but you need Halls of the Dead and web to secure it. Spirit Tower in the main is going to protect that base. This one though, Spirit Tower can be started at the expansion. Does he? He's got the gold. He did start it. 1 Nerubian finish and a Spirit Tower coming. I think that's gonna be enough. Nerubian can be on heroes and on Wind Rider to reduce its damage. Goldmine 80% of the way done. I think this setup is very strong for XLORD. I don't think this ends with a Wind Rider rush. 4 Acolytes are in position. But there are many exposed buildings. Altar, Crypt, and now Raiders coming out. Going for the altar. Nerubian tags the Raider. Is there pillage? No, there wouldn't be. There isn't. This altar will die. Expansion finished for XLORD. He is now mining with 9 workers. against 5. Counterattack is initiated. Note that he did not sell Town Portal on XLORD. He did never sell it, nor Unsummon Altar, unlike some games where Undead plays this build. It's not double bestiary, it's walkers. Walker 1 Wyvern 1 Raider. Dispel for Beetles. Raider drop very low. The counterattack now by the XLORD. He's forced to TP. This burrow will die. Wait a second. He doesn't have TP, of course. He has Staff of Teleportation. Skull of Light. Burrow will die in about 5 seconds. No, earlier. He had enough damage. Got the surface area. Peon goes down. This is a good setup for XLORD. XLORD 5-0 question mark. Double Raider and Snare Wind Rider. He goes for another burrow. Is this too greedy? You know, this is only a commitment of 2 ghouls. The rest is all beetles. A disenchant on a single beetle. The other 2 beetles are still around. These are beetles level 2. 2 armor. Healing. I like the Blight. The Sacrificial Skull Blight is actually healing them so much. The beetles. Level 2 Farseer, level 1 Shadow. No TP. And he summons more beetles. He needs to split those beetles to prevent XLORD value. Burrow them too. Burrow all of them. That was 1 disenchant too many on the spot. There's not a lot of mana left. XLORD has fly by the eggs. It seems. Fiends are being made. 30 food. 700 gold. There's fiends coming out. And no web yet. No web yet, but there will be soon. It will be good against the 1 Wind Rider. But for the rest, this is very much gonna be a longer game. Where XLORD will slowly get his ideal army. I don't think it's going to be craft style necromancers. I think XLORD is more of a fiend, banshee, statue, destroyer player. He will get his DK second. Go to tier 3. And I think those things are indeed happening. Fiends, DK second, tier 3, Slaughterhouse. No TP yet on the XLORD. And he's using beetles to check if it's safe for him to move out. Farseer Shadow do not scale very well into the late game. Hex does not compare to War Stomp when going up against summons, fiends and so on. Another burrow attack by beetles. This one does have 1 disenchant. If he burrows, he can save the beetles for now. But without Sacrificial Skull, these beetles will regenerate very, very slowly. The 1 beetle that remains. It's mostly to force the walker to stay at home. XLORD is now creeping. Oh, that's a very quick find on the counter expansion, which is in between them. The Fiend gets caught and also reveals the location of XLORD. Fly would know that XLORD is doing the laboratory. XLORD finishes the laboratory, gets a Ruined Bracers, a 200 gold item, and he cancels the expansion with the double beetle. Chases the peon. 4 mana away from a disenchant. Fly now would have to tech. Does not have TP. A counterattack could be devastating. He's gonna have to go all in now and go to tier 3. I think he did just that. No, he bought TP. I think he's still tier 2 actually. He's gonna go straight for the Nerubian, but this is pretty good positioning for... Yikes! Oh, it survives. 8 life. Wow. Good positioning for the buildings of XLORD. Using Sacrificial Pit and Necropolis to block. His second Spirit Tower will get attacked. 1 Raider goes down to the towers. Boom! XLORD walls him off. Is there a web? Maybe he didn't get web because there's only a single fiend. He's like, whatever. He does have web. Focusing it now. Fiend gets coiled, but gets focused. It's exposed. Not the best TP maybe for XLORD. Losing a bunch of fiends. If he's mining again though, he will be able to recuperate much more easily. He is mining again. And it is Fly here with the superior unit kills. These two towers are not enough of a dissuasion for Fly to go for the jugular. May even get the Crypt Lord as well. May even get the Crypt Lord. Why wouldn't he? The Crypt Lord is stuck. I think he will. This is a little embarrassing. He just accidentally sent an Acolyte into the sacrificial pit. That is embarrassing. XLORD has a lot of money. I don't think that Fly can push the issue here. But with the counter expansion and such value, killing fiends, killing both heroes, Fly does what really shouldn't be happening when you look at it from XLORD's point of view. Fly was desperate. He pushed in, but he made so much the best of it. Buys double heal solve, double clarity, and we'll go for round 2. Death Knight comes back. Cigarette being made. We have triple statue now, which should be for destroyers. When you think about it, there's almost nothing to take down destroyers. 2 headhunters, 2 raiders, but that's a triple walker. So if triple destroyer makes it onto the battlefield, XLORD's gonna be in a good spot. He can always buy a TP healing potion on Death Knight to save it. That's 5 ghouls. DK should get level 2 here. And this is the Undead main base. It is significantly scarier than the Undead expansion. There's more building blockers. There's a large swathe of Blight. There's the Halls of the Dead. In fact, Black Citadel, which is a long-range slow with decent piercing damage. Some ghouls have gone down though. I think 1 Fly's units died. The re-repair on the altar. And the scrambling to defend by XLORD once again. Acolyte's getting blocked. This statue has full mana and is getting taken down. Great kill for Fly. Orb of Corruption on the DK. Has TP as well. 1 walker got caught. The destroyers come in. Destroyers on the battlefield. There are 4 walkers. They are like so much lunch money for XLORD. He's beating Fly up. Give me your money. 51 food against 48. Counter expansion is done. Now the thing that shines through the most is that XLORD has the slightly better hero composition. It's not DK Lich. It's Crypt Lord Lich, but there is no TC at least. Triple walker still with Spirit Link aplenty. Crypt Lord is inbound once again. Creeping the goblin shop of XLORD. What does he get? Scourge Boneshine would be good. True Shot, not bad. Especially considering he'll be pushed more and more into Headhunter production. Not bad. I think his favorite would be Devotion Aura or Rope of the Magi. In come the destroyers. So is Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord armed with Claws of Attack +9 and Orb of Corruption. Death Knight with the TP. Impale on the double walker and Headhunter. Focuses the second walker. Not the best focus fire though. And he will miss the final hit. He will miss the final hit. Crypt Lord gets level 4. Now has Impale level 2. Destroyer gets focus fired by the Headhunters. Trying to kill the Headhunters. 1 almost goes down. In come the ghouls. In come the ghouls. The second Headhunter will be going down. Destroyer gets focus fired. There is another coil. And he can eat more Link, which also heals him. There goes the coil. Where's the Devour? There is no Devour left. There's no hope left for that Destroyer. But the Impale is doing good damage. So are the ghouls. Raiders and Headhunters getting focused. Another Destroyer. Another statue comes in. It gets immediately ensnared. And there is another Wind Rider. It gets webbed. Statue goes down. What a fight. Lich comes in. Lich third. Where is it? There it is. Shadow is out of mana. XLORD has ghouls and beetles. He's gonna give the claws and the orb to the Lich, presumably. There's the claws and there is the orb. Now the siren song for undead shall be sounding, and it goes a little something like this. Orb of Corruption is on the field. Up, forcing the damage for the undead. So much more focus fire. The burrow gets attacked. Does have... It does not have fortified, I think, right? Oh, it does, it does. Yeah, otherwise it would be like long dead. Fiend gets taken out. Nice pick-offs by Fly. These walkers are low health. There is Nova available. A Nova on the main walker would leave it nearly dead and kill the second. But in comes the healing wave. Shadow Hunter, level 4.5. Farseer, level 5. Going for the burrow once again. Does not get it. 1 or 2 peons fall. Nova on a walker takes it down. There will be no passing it around. It's dead. That walker goes down as well. This is a sweaty fight for XLORD though. I don't think he's bringing about the full force of what he could have at this point. Third walker gets attacked. Destroyer with the Annihilation Orb gets another hit. Walker goes down. Will he coil the Destroyer on time? That's a Devour magic on the Feral Spirits that heals the Destroyer's ghouls like so much cannon fodder falling by the wayside. Saving coil for the Lich. Destroyer can fly away. The Lich only floats. Farseer Focus Fire does have TP. Forced the TP out. Destroyer still on the run. Shadow Hunter chasing. And I think the Destroyer is over the woods, which means he's out of the woods. Nova is available. Is he going to waste it on peons? Destroyer comes back with full mana. Will the Destroyer get retargeted by the burrow? It does. Coil. 54 food for XLORD. Cryptlord level 4.7. Burrow finally goes down. And Feral Spirits level 3. Against double Destroyers. He absorbs mana from a third statue. It immediately goes down. 3 food wasted. But the Destroyers have so much mana. That's 25 magic splash damage for them. Headhunter goes down, focusing the important units. Destroyers out of the woods again. Over the water. And the Feral Spirits come back in again. Double Devour. Both hit their target. Impale. Nova on the Shadow Hunter. Does have Invul. Does have Invul. Double Devour on the Feral Spirit. Both hit. Wind Riders taking down a Destroyer. It explodes in a puff of green gas. Lich getting attacked by Feral Spirit. Dropping fairly low. There is one coil. Offense or defense. Shadow has no more Invul. He focuses the Shadow. The near surround, the speed scroll, the run, the chase, the escape. And the surround on the Farseer. Invulnerability, greater invulnerability. It was 12 seconds, it's now past. Farseer, no recourse, no escape. XLORD against Fly 100%. 50 food against 43. He's killed the Farseer. Level 5 Cryptlord. What does he have? Level 3 Beetles. Has XLORD the Madman done it? Fly is so strong against Undead. Would give Happy a really, really tough time. I don't even know who's favored. But with his different style, XLORD, with the worst lag, nonetheless finds a way to do it. Most likely, anyway. He has been using a lot of ghouls. This is pretty crazy, man. I think there is no excuse here, really. Everyone knew that he's gonna play Cryptlord. Preparation can and should be there for Fly, but so it's not surprise that's at stake here. It's simply just XLORD playing it well enough. Did Fly take him too lightly after all? There's always an adjustment period. Will Game 2 be a wildly different story, different opening? Will it be Blade Master? We shall see. But for now, it's XLORD that rides off into the sunset and says, yo-ho. That could be a Shadow Surround. He does have Staff of Telly, though. Fly is a fighter, though, isn't he? Fly is level 6 and has Hex 3, Heal 3. I mean, this is as much of a Hydra strategy I've ever seen. Cut 1 unit down, 2 will spawn in its place. Level 3 Beetles, 4 armor, 490 life apiece. It's pretty crazy. Farseer, not yet back. Will come back with Earthquake or Chain Lightning level 3. Or Farsight. Not too bad, actually. This is a live Destroyer with a 3-minute delay. for fairness, because it's online. So somewhere out there in Germany and in China, 2 players are playing for their tournament live 3 minutes ago. Someone called GG, and that person was FLY100%. XLORD 1-0. This is sick. This is so unexpected. Thank you, SJS. Thanks for the sub. Blade Master Solves, 14 months sub. WTF, daytime grubby what face? I had to sacrifice some sleep to see our boy XLORD. Yeah, I'll turn it off, Hatsu. Or move it down. This is Undead. That XLORD and Undead can start a level 33533 creep camp with a level 1.0 hero. Get creep jacked by a level 1.0 hero. You have 0 ways to chase away the hero. No impale, no sleep, no coil, no nova, just beetles. You grab 2 of the level 3 creeps. Lose 1 or 2 ghouls and a bunch of beetles. You leave. You come back 2 minutes later. You creep again. And then you just force and expand under those conditions. And for that to work, that's like me taking a Farseer and 2 peons and a grunt with a set of wolves, and I start creeping the expand on Twisted. Undead comes in with a ghoul and a Death Knight, and I like kill 2 creeps and I leave, and then later I come back with like 5 grunts, 4 feral spirits. He comes in with 4 fiends and a ghoul, and then I'm like creeping and taking the expansion right in front of him, putting up 2 towers and a great hall. It's like, can you imagine? But balance is asymmetric, and it should be. Next map is gonna be Fly's choice. No, never mind. Wait, what? Oh, they say XLORD 1. Now it's Fly's choice. Echo. Yeah. XLORD 1. How to say this word? Grub, what else do you think Orc can do last match? I think it came down to micro on both sides. It was definitely not a perfect game by both players, as XLORD didn't get a number of surrounds, but he did escape with 1 ghoul. Some grunts died. Farseer got surrounded without the help of Impale, so there's definitely some micro situations. It's also Twisted Meadows. The distance from here to here is quite large, so actually all-inning is not so easy. I would play Headhunters, you know me. I would play Huosheng. XLORD Huosheng. I probably don't say the tone correctly. Huosheng. I don't know. So I think if you open Headhunters, you can actually super hard punish Cryptlord Ghoul Expo straight away. I think I've shown that often enough. So Shadowhunter 2nd seems to be the Asian Orc accepted method to counter tier 1 expansions. You saw Focus beat Infi with Farseer Shadow Fast Tech into Double Bestiary Raiders. Shadowhunter being able to keep up pressure more than TC. You don't need Stomp or Endurance as much when you're focusing Peasants and Heroes as you need Hex and Heal. Hex to kill heroes, Heal to keep Raiders alive. Doesn't XLORD have advantage due to tournament being online since he feels way more comfortable at home? Fly is really experienced and would have no problem. No. XLORD is a very experienced tournament player. He is... what is he, like 27, 28 years old. He has the maturity to handle. He was playing loads of tournaments in the period of 2004 to 2005 to 2009. He has traveled to China before. I've been at events with him before. No, the advantage absolutely is to Fly, who has 1020 ping and XLORD has 200. It's very hard for other people to know how nervous people get at LAN or how much energy they get from fans being at LANs. And how comfortable you are at home or how distracted you are at home. Do you get in the zone when you're at home or at LAN better? Do you get nervous? All these things are for each player to manage themselves, and unless they tell you so, it's very hard for us to guess and make excuses for players. All you can say is that both Fly and XLORD have multiple titles under their belt. Both of them can deal with LAN, but only XLORD has the 200 ping. Second game on Echo Isles. Should be Cryptlord again. And it is. Cryptlord's ghoul opening. 17 food ghouls, then the second cigarette. A sheep was killed. I did notice that, Kolomiso. Yeah, in Germany right now it's 14:17, but because of the 3-minute stream delay, it's 14:14 where he is at right now. When he had this face, it was 14:14. 3-minute delay. He was drinking iced tea. Oh yeah. Sugary drink. Another Farseer grunt opening. With double burrow. Double grunt opening into tech. I expect Cryptlord to take one small camp first now, which will give him more skeletons and more beetles to start things off with. He knows Fly has to come over immediately and sees that as well with his acolyte. As such, it is wise for him to delay his natural creeping and first get one camp. In fact, I wouldn't hate it if XLORD took the 3-3-3 top creep camp as well. It does constitute a delay, but he would get impale. Doesn't do so. Or does he? He does. He changed his mind. He doesn't. He does not. He went back for no reason at all. Didn't buy anything. Just made himself scarce for a second. Why is the game in Chinese? Because we are watching the clean feed. That means an uncommon... Oh my god! That means uncommentated stream. So he accidentally woke up the creeps with Cryptlord pathing. But this disappointment is tempered by the amazingness of getting the grunts around. Beetle gone down for a grunt. These creeps should not be here. That's too bad. But he killed a grunt. Level 1.7 Cryptlord. Reforged does have a spectating feature, but if I were to spectate, I would probably have a lot of lag spikes. And I would have to manage my joining all the time. This is observing getting done for me. A troll trapper was stolen by auto attack by the Farseer. Good job by Fly. In fact, he's level 1.8. Oh, another grunt surround! Another grunt surround, and the Cryptlord is soloing the Ogre Mage. Mano a mano. Oh, the grunt surround broke. Nice. Fly escaped the grunt surround. Impale surround on a grunt. And he gets it? Question mark? No, it's not a surround, but it is still enough. Ghoul gets killed back. XLORD has 600 gold, 400 lumber. He's so busy with the micro, he forgot to go double cigarette gold mine. But with 2 grunt surrounds and kills, I doubt he can be very disappointed. In comes the gold mine. There's enough mana for another impale. XLORD off to a flying start. Don't you hate those flying beetles? I think they're extra icky. Gold mine gets attacked. Will be cancelled. Did he cancel it or did it die? He did cancel it. There's a bit of a delay in the overlay. Oh my god, another grunts around! He got another grunts around. It will get free for now though. And he gets another gold mine cancel. Did he cancel it this time or did it die? We will know in 2 seconds. It did die this time. A gold mine cancel and a gold mine kill is not too bad for Fly, but I think it now comes down to his follow-up. Will he do Grubby style? No, it was not a cancel. He had 216 gold at the start and end of that gold mine kill. It was a kill. Nice ghoul saves. Cryptlord gets level 3. Ring +4 protection. Grubby style would be Lodge plus Totem. And if I get 2 gold mine cancels, I've never lost to Cryptlord. Even losing grunts. You go Doctors. Oh, it was a cancel, says Starbuck. There was no delay this time in the overlay. Okay. Sometimes delay, sometimes not. Well, thank you for sharing that. So it is double cancel, no... By the way, hi Starbuck, I VIP'd you. Shadowhunter again. So I would go Doctors, Walkers, and TC. But Fly once again, Shadowhunter and Totem. But I think he's a Bestiary kind of guy. Sabrinaro, thank you for the sub. Oh, there's a 2-second refresh time for gold, so it's RNG whether it's going to be instant or delayed. Yeah, that makes sense. You can see that there's 20 gold every 2 seconds added to the gold coffers. XLORD, not the kind of player that prescribes to TP sell and altar on summon. He likes to keep those. Look at how low that Forest Troll Berserker Merc is. Farseer got his own Ogre Mage. Beetles will kill the ensnared troll. He did get hexed, so Cryptlord got no XP for that, but the troll is still dead. Hex chase on the Cryptlord, who has Boots of Speed and Staff of Telly! And he dies. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hex, Chain Lightning Focus with an auto attack. Cryptlord dies. And in comes a Wind Rider. Tome of Strength +2. But XLORD has a fully mining base with plenty of beetles to deny an expansion. Beetles will attack the Wind Rider, which got ensnared. Why not take a bit of bonus damage on the Wind Rider? That's so funny. Good micro here, burrowing the beetles. Who got the XP? The Shadowhunter got the XP for that creep. So somehow Fly's go-to counter is a Wind Rider into Raiders and Walkers, which I'm not really feeling it. And Fly is not making a counter expansion yet. And he's not going tier 3. So there's pretty much no long-term plan for Fly that sees him gain economic parity. Hitman in chat says XLORD still wins, and I'm inclined to agree with that current situation. Hitman also doesn't phrase things as neutrally and says Fly strategy is terrible. Gives me a glimpse of a Hitman cast in a tourney. Would pay to watch. So now an attack by Fly, 47 food. There is Spirit Tower is quite late. It just finished in time though. Will there be an immediate retargeting to the Wind Rider? Not yet. There we go. Double Spirit Tower on the Wind Rider, and it's dead because of the beetles. Because of the beetles, it is dead. Cryptlord, Staff of Telly's in, still has TP, has Rod. Impales on 1 Grunt, 1 Wolf and a Walker. Not the best impale I've ever seen. Cap of Pride. Beetle, harass in various places, in all the right places. XLORD is loaded with resources. 1300 lumber and 500 gold. There's an aggressive shop, which means absolutely Fly's going all in. But there's a spirit tower in the main. There's 2 bonus cigarettes. Fly looks completely lost against this build. Didn't even start or think about an expansion. Fly against XLORD. Who could have guessed this? That XLORD would probably, from the looks of it, win this 2-0. I didn't dare to guess it. 1 fiend goes down. Farseer, 3.7. Resummon the wolves. Level 2 wolves. Staff of Telly by the Cryptlord? No, it would not be off cooldown yet. He TPs with 2 skellies and 2 fiends. Fly trying to play ping pong. Table tennis. We'll now go back to the natural expansion. With a heal scroll and a lightning wand. Ego GG. Another staff, but this time it's Staff of Telly. XLORD's gonna need a Tomb of Relics at his natural expansion. Thanks to Pad Ladder, European level has definitely been getting better, Budowser. Slaughterhouse. Black Citadel 80% of the way done. And he goes for it. Goes for the Black Citadel. We need an immediate repair stack. Use the ghouls. Use the repair. Does Fly have pillage? He does. He does have pillage. He's getting a lot of money from this. This Black Citadel is nearly dead. He's gonna get it. He cancels the Black Citadel and loses the Halls of the Dead. 1 raider has gone down. 2nd raider, 3rd raider. Under normal circumstances, if Fly was getting an expansion, this would be a big win. But for now, it's just the staying of the execution. Might I have 1 more Last Supper? What about 2nd Last Supper? And that's all it is, really. For now. There is a TP available for Cryptlord, but he should not like to town portal out. If he does, he could lose his whole main base. Triple tower here. He's gonna... Okay. Creeping the Murlocs is not exactly a power play. This is a value play when you're on economic parity. But Fly, as of yet, still has no plans to counter-expand. Which is something that leaves me feeling very uncomfortable. I know I'm sounding like a broken record. But this is no way to really play a long game. And he's so good, but Fly, unlike Focus, Fly I think has greater heights than Focus, but also much lower lows. He's not as consistent. And this just feels like Fly is not feeling it right now, not playing it. Fly has gone to tier 3 apparently. That was a fake Staff of Telly. Fly did not fall for it. Now the real TP. The immediate surround. No, he let it go. He let it go. And this is going to be Fly's Hail Mary moment. Goes for both of the statues. That's a big impale, but it's only level 1. Every ghoul, every acolyte is coming in. I think XLORD is fighting at the weakest possible moment with everything he's got. This is a risk. He made this mistake last game. Lost both of his heroes and all of his units. But he does have a mana potion. Another impale will secure him the defense. Raiders are dropping low. Medium armor against normal damage. Even the acolytes will seal the pact in moments like this. They will be sanctified. There is an invulnerability on the Cryptlord also. And the Halls of the Dead finishes. He killed Spirit Walker with statue. Yep. And Happy wouldn't have lost against Loliot O2 with Warden on Twisted Meadows in the 1-hour game if he had killed the Zeppelin with a statue. It's an important skill, using statues as weapons. Tiny Great Hole has now been bought. However much Beetle Harass has been done, we are none the wiser for it because we were unable to watch this. No picture-in-picture. But let's not forget that XLORD had a massive bank. Can't build there! If there's like 3 beetles, then without dust he couldn't expand at all. Except with like 2 blind disenchants. Fly finally with an expansion. Not that much lumber bank though. Orc typically when they expand they bring 5 lumber peons to immediately sustain the expansion. But it means that in about 3 minutes Fly is gonna have a lumber deficit. Unless he keeps making very basic units. Only Grunt Raider Walker. It's not going to do that well against Disease Cloud Abomination Destroyers. And more beetles into the main base of Fly. The Halls of the Dead. I've seen this before. Deja vu again. Already seen anyone? Criplord comes in a few seconds late. This is good pillage value for Fly. Orcs do not sow seeds. They steal seed. And this is a bit of a risky play. He's like, my army sucks, so I need to make sure yours does too. I think actually it's the right play by Fly. He kills it! Oh my god! Halls of the Dead goes down again. Black Citadel was 90% of the way done. I think actually this was a really good play by Fly. Now, what XLORD needs to do, make stuff. Buy stuff, push. I don't care if it's mercenaries, heal scrolls, and protection scroll. But he needs to make stuff and do things. Because he doesn't have destroyers, he doesn't have abominations, and he doesn't have a third hero or Orb of Corruption. So really, pretty much there's 2 things XLORD can do. He can fight with very basic units, which he has now, and I think it's a mistake. I don't think he has the max army yet. I think XLORD is throwing the game. He is throwing the game hard, actually. Just lost 2 statues for free. I think you throw up... What is this? Oh, this is an advertisement by NetEase Battle Platform. It's very disruptive, isn't it? It's like, we're going down for maintenance tonight at 5 AM. We'll be down for 5 hours. Every Monday there's maintenance. Oh, he has Master Walkers. Oh, this is a throw. I can't believe it. XLORD actually... And there's Torrents too? There's Torrents, and he prevented the existence of Frostworms and Destroyers with the repeated Halls of the Dead kills. I can't believe that this is how XLORD goes out on this map. Yes, it's maintenance, yes. But there's gonna be a third game. Master Walkers with Torrents is checkmate. Fly saw the eye of the needle and threaded it. So I think what XLORD could have done is, and he's getting punished here for underestimating the raider value. I think what XLORD could have done is throw up double temple and make tier 2 Necros and Banshees. Yeah, did you see XLORD? You all know the esports head shake when you're annoyed like this. XLORD actually resat on his chair like this. You only do that in the times of the most dire need. He did the reseat. You're in a very bad spot when you reseat. 2 Torrents, Raiders, and Master Walkers, 3 of which have enough mana to remake his Walker's Ancestral Healing. There is more Impale, but there's so much Link and Healing Wave. There's even a heal scroll on the Farseer. Where are all the units? Death Knight will now TP in with 50 food worth of units. That was a big heal scroll. Man, no destroyer sucks so much against links. Spirit links. Ooh. You can remake that walker. Torrents surrounding fiends. Yikes. XLORD simply isn't producing much. Like, his macro during pressure is not good enough. 44 food, 900 gold. And this has been a consistent theme throughout the game. But he nearly won 2 games. He won game 1 and he nearly won game 2 by virtue of his good management of the early game, surrounds, and so on. But he really at some point, he underestimated. I think XLORD was as confused as I was by Fly's style. It's so weird. The extended 1 base by Fly. He didn't even do a proper surround on the Farseer. Of course, there is no TP or info. He can kill this Farseer if it's a surround. He can and will kill it. Imagine if XLORD actually produced. This slaughterhouse is just watching here. This is pretty crazy. Statue comes in. DK trying to run, gets ensnared. There's still a hex. There's a surround. Surround does fail. He gives invul. DK lives. This is a kind of fight that's not too bad for XLORD. He has coil for his Cryptlord. He has coil for his Cryptlord! And he does it. But it's still surrounded. Does have a TP though. There was hex. This was a risky play. XLORD underproduced so heavily during this fight that he's only 44 food presently. There's such a big Orcish army. Powered up by an expansion finally. Yo, thank you so much Tugboat for the 5 gift subs. Really appreciate it. Another Headhunter falls. Raider gets away. There's Healing Wave level 3. There's 3 healing souls. Shadowhunter momentarily pulls back. XLORD, is he finally on Black Citadel or not? Yes. Lich is in production. Cryptlord is almost level 5. Somewhere over the rainbow is where XLORD's hopes are for this game. 50 food, 1000 gold. DK gets Orb of Corruption, double mana pots and a heal scroll. Staffs to his expansion, gives the orb and 1 mana pot to Cryptlord. The Tomb of Relics gets focus fired. 1 Sentinel Nerubian Tower comes back. Fiend getting focused, coils it and misses! Wait, did the coil actually proc? Does this overlay show cooldown? I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't. The coil missed. There is a destroyer now though. Destroyer against Raider, Tauren, Walker. Lich! Lich! There's a Tauren, it's very low. He's killing it. It's dead. Headhunter goes down. Farseer isn't here yet. Fly is playing with fire. He has double mana pot TP, but his units are dying. This is not a value fight. There's beetles. 50 food against 70. Will this be the story of how 50 food stood against 70? Farseer comes back in. XLORD feels emboldened by the start of the fight, but is he overstaying? Mana pot on the Death Knight. There's so many beetles. There are 2 destroyers. Statue goes down. Why is he focusing the Shadowhunter? Lich dropping low. Hit him with the coil. There's so much stuff left for Fly. 64 food against 41. XLORD's macro dropping once again. There's always another Raider, isn't there? DK drops low. Is there a Hex? There is. He does. Chain. Death Knight dies. The glimmer of hope for XLORD has vanished. The Seat Shake by XLORD reveals all you need to know about his emotions after that game. He did the full wiggle waggle. He's not pleased with that game. 1-1. 1-1 Fly versus XLORD. XLORD was in a nearly insurmountable position, but Fly found the cracks in the armor, and I think that's very characteristic for Fly. I think if there's one thing that Fly is known for, is his ability to fight. To take fights that look unwinnable and come out ahead. If I see an unwinnable fight, I run. If Lin sees an unwinnable fight, he manipulates the battle till he gets in a good spot. He will off-cut the reinforcements. He will cut off the reinforcements. He will move. Fly, he takes unwinnable fights. And sometimes wins them. Welcome back to WGL Summer. Group C, winner bracket semis. The score is 1-1 between Fly and XLORD. And we have our final map of Group C, for now, about to begin. The map is going to be Northern Isles. Undead's home map. One of the best maps for Undead, for standard Death Knight Lich play, though I do not think it is necessarily the best for Cryptlord play. The natural is fairly difficult to creep, and Orc can reach it fairly quickly. The expansion is angled towards the enemy main base, so it is not as difficult to harass. Still a fairly long map though, so it still takes a bit of time to get there. Fly so far has shown Farseer Grunt opening twice. No, I did not practice with XLORD, KB. I think last time I met XLORDs on ladder was 2 months ago. Let me check it out. Please cast Group D next. It is my intent to do so. Let me check XLORD's match history. XLORD and Grubby last played on June 10th, 33 days ago, on Concealed Hill, where XLORD went Cryptlord first and Grubby won. Both largest army, 80 food. Cool. We're cool. What's up? Yo, 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 yo. Damn, dude. So angry at my ISP right now. Alright, everyone that left is a loser. Oh wow, looks pretty good for XLORD. True Grubby gang still here. Going for the gold mine cancel, but it may cost him all of his grunts. No, he sends back the grunts on time. Uh-oh. There is a speed scroll, and he has to use it. Expand once again. TP is gone. That strange opening again. Beastry and Totem. One Wind Rider, Raider, and Walkers. Oh! The surround on the Farseer does not succeed, but he does get a grunt. That's one grunt for one ghoul. Second grunt surround does not get it. Farseer surround! Farseer! He got the Farseer and he broke the surround. Shadow surround fail, grunt surround success. No, it's also a fail. But he may get it from the creeps. No. He had the Farseer and he broke it. Oh, he gets it again! He gets it again! The Farseer surround, he gets it! But he's not... Okay, he did kill it while he was hexed. He tried not to, but he figured it was too risky. He does not get experience for the Farseer kill, but still, that's a Farseer kill. Goes for the Shadow! Goes for the Shadow. He doesn't have TP, he does have greater invul, wants to be careful. I think XLORD started with Ogre Mage creep, didn't he? He started with Ogre Mage creep, which means he has greater invul level 2 when Farseer shows up, so that he could impale surround the Farseer. Well, I don't know, I didn't see it. Man, this is tight. He get no XP because Hexed heroes don't get XP. He sold TP and went Ogre. Yeah, okay. Double Crypt, Graveyard, Nerubian at home. No TP though on the Crypt Lord. What a risky game you play to play the game this way. This is crazy. This is pretty crazy. There's a lot of summons though. Disenchant upgrade should be soon. He can just auto attack the Shadow. Wait, he's gonna go for Zeppelin. That's an ensnare. And he was over the forest, but there is a slow on the Raider. He's gonna try and use that to surround the Raider. Does not quite get it though. Second ensnare. Keep in mind though, if you kill a Zeppelin when it's grounded, there will be no stun effect. It's not slowed. There is another Zeppelin. It has short cooldown. He does not use this knowledge. He will kill the Shadow! Again, no XP though. He will kill the Shadow, but again, no XP. The Farseer is back, so he does get experience for the Crypt Lord kill. And then the Raider died. XLORD, 22 food, 1450 gold, and 900 lumber. 22 food. But he's got his tier 2 finished, and he's making gargoyles. Alright, triple crypt gargoyles. I think that's the right play. Against one Bestiary, Raider, Windrider, and Walkers. Triple crypt gargs. And I think there's gonna be a tier 2 counter expansion this time. I think XLORD is in the lead. XLORD did get screwed on experience because of Hex, but he should be in the lead. 3 Gargs does not constitute an emergency for Fly yet. 6 Gargs gets really tough to deal with. And once there's 9, it gets crazy scary. Fly is aware of this though. There is a Bat Rider. And he's not spamming the Gargs. He's got triple crypt Garg, but he only made a single serving. XLORD's Altar of Darkness is under attack. 60%. Bring the ghouls, bring the beetles, sound the bells, round the alarm. Tattoo on me! Book of the Dead. That's a big impale. Repair is late. Too late. Too late on the repair, Death Knight, 99% of the way there. One guard gets ensnared. He doesn't have the critical numbers yet. That's a good Raider surround though. It's exactly what he needs. One Raider surround. The Gargs are faster than Wind Riders. He's chasing down the Wind Rider. This is a sweaty fight though. Against Link, against Mordor, there can be no victory. Oh, no, that's not a surround. And there's no way for Crypt Lord to get out. Except just walking. I guess. Do not go back in, Crypt Lord. The Garg has flown down the Wind Rider, I believe. XLORD somehow has done it once again. 28 food, despite having 2 bases for most of the game. He is not producing. I don't know why. Just spam Gargs. You want to have more than 3 Gargs. It does not make sense not to spam Gargs. It's like he doesn't give himself time to think about what he wants, so that he just doesn't get anything. Frenzy. Oh, the statue is catchable at the expansion. Oh, he sent it to safety now. Ah, Wolf's around. He has to TP out. That's more gold bleeding away. You've always not got XP while you're hexed, Fat Michaud. Simply by bad positioning on Criplord, he loses another 350 gold. And now Fly has an expansion. What lead really does XLORD have? He should have been so far ahead. But for some reason he just doesn't produce. Every time. 3 Gargs is what he fought with. And then just stopped producing. He could have had 6. He could have had 9. He would have steamrolled Fly if he was more on top of his macro. Destroyer upgrade will finish, but only a single statue. Oh, that's surprising. Death Knight is finally out. And he morphed the statue into a destroyer immediately. That's not actually in his favor. Because he needs that statue now to get mana on Criplord. Why Fly retreated is because he wants to go creep. And he was losing too much health. He wants Shadow until level 3 and he gets it. Claws of attack plus 9. It's not ping to not macro, Steve Skelly. Second slaughterhouse. No lumber. For Fly, XLORD pretty low himself. Bat Rider killing. Goblin Shredder. And he's 50 food with Shredder. Fly will be in such an amazing economic position soon. No creep jacking by Fly is a blessing for XLORD. What item did he get? Ring of Protection plus 4. Ring of Protection plus 4. The build that Fly does, I really feel like it shouldn't work, but XLORD did not make enough units. Magnetar creep. Feral Spirit level 3 scout. Will he steal this camp from XLORD? Ghoul gets killed. Second Ghoul gets killed. There is a TP on Criplord, he uses it, but not before he loses Statue. Oh! Statue survives, and the coil nets the Ogre Mage kill. I believe. Immediately going for the other Magnetar, that's a good play. Fly not in position to stop it. Another TP, Wand of Illusion. And what item did he get? Claws plus 12. Which is pretty good for Lich later on. He's got 2 claws for the Lich. Ghoul getting focused. Wow, Fly actually TP to go with another Creepjack. The Magnetar is actually not dying that fast. Now he is. It's because he didn't have Orb of Corruption hit on the Magnetar for too long. Gets the Magnetar, does not get the item yet. Now gets the item. Gets the Ogre Mage 5. XLORD gets the Ogre 3 and tries to get the Furbolg and does not get it. He coils it but didn't get the kill. Shadow got 0.3 of level in the last minute. From 3.8 to 4.1. And the item... Another Claws of Attack plus 12. That means Lich will do more item damage than base damage. Doesn't have the agility or the attack speed yet, though, to make as much use of the claws as he could. But that's plus 35 damage on the Lich. And XLORD is still 50 food. But this time, it's by design. I think actually XLORD played the last 2 minutes very well. It was the best way for him to come back to extreme value on the creeping, wasting gold for it. He's now playing a 50 food game against Fly, but let's not forget that Fly has had Shredder for so long. That means Fly has been able to get any upgrades he wants to. Be it Torrents, Master Walkers, Kodo tier 3 upgrade, Envenomed Spears, Wind Riders, I don't know exactly what, but that's an 80 food army that you say please to. XLORD is still at 50. This is insanely greedy. He's gonna try and use the defender's advantage to stay alive. He's getting a pit. What is he getting? Frostworms? Double heal scroll now for XLORD. Still on 50 food. He's misreading the direness of the situation. Now sees Raiders should immediately make Fiends and A-bombs. There's 6 Wind Riders with spears, I think. XLORD is still not producing upon seeing this. He feels so confident in his own base. Coil on the Destroyer. And maybe he is justified. This is the undead base. Another Impale forthcoming soon. Where are the Impales and Novas? One Destroyer has gone down. Beetle harassing a Bestiary. DK focus fire! Does not have heal pod. But he's out of range. It looks like the undead home base. Oh, the Lich! The Lich is too far forward, so is the Cryptlord. He has TP, he goes with the coil. TP needs to be used on Cryptlord. He could get focus fired. Now! He needs the TP now! He does. That was too late, but he still gets away with it. He TPs out, repositions. DK Hex, Cryptlord focus fire. No! Wind Riders are dying. XLORD with the turnaround kills. And the Fiend survives against Envenomed Spears. Fly is down to 52 food. Down from 80. And XLORD's insane cool 50 food save up has paid off. Fly goes in with the 6 Venomed Riders. The 6 Raiders. With an 80 food attack. Against what he knows is an insanely greedy 50 food save up by XLORD. And XLORD doubles down and does it again. He's 50 food and he's not doing it again. Why is he not spending? Asks someone in chat. It's because when you're on 50 food, you get 20 gold per second. But when you're over 50 food, you get 14 gold per second. It's called upkeep, and it's one of the greatest systems in Warcraft 3 that leads to asymmetric advantage exploitation. And XLORD is doing it again. By not producing, he creates a bigger bank so that when he finally goes over, he can go straight to 90 food instead of inching to 70 now and then getting locked behind money problems. He wants to go straight to 90. When you have 1500 gold, isn't it better to go over 50? Asks someone. When you have 1500 gold, you can make it to 80. When you have 2500, you can make it to 90 or more. It depends where you want to go. And boom, he started producing. Let it be known for the record that by the time XLORD started producing, he already had double heal scroll, mana pulse, invul, TP. These are investments that are cheaper because he was on no upkeep. He only had 70 max pop, but has now started double ziggurats as well. So roughly 2k gold bank, with all of his items and upgrades ready, is when he started producing. And when you see the food count that he ends up with, that's what a 2k bank from 2base sponsors you for. Berserker upgrade is done. Wind Riders are here. Fly never went for a third base. Did get a TC, gets Talisman of Evasion, greater mana pot. And a TC nearly at level 3. There's a green camp top that will get him that. 5-5-3. Beetles scouting all the auxiliary locations. XLORD momentarily stuck at 70, but can quickly breeze past it now that his 2 ziggurats finish. No invul or heal pot on the Lich. With Hex level 2 and Warstomp level 2, no undead hero is safe. Cryptlord being the safest. He's got 2 rings. DK has an invul, but can get locked out with crowd control from using it. I wonder at everyone's upgrades. XLORD goes with a pause. His webcam lags. Ping 6000. Okay. Fly is okay with that. A short break as the players have, as XLORD has a bit of lag. Hey, Hazuops. Okay, nice. Fly did a wiggle waggle, but it's not the same if there's an artificial pause. Pepper jam jam. I think, I don't know the unit upgrades, but I imagine fly is something like 1-1 or 1-0. And I imagine XLORD should be 2-2. When you save up on 50 for that long, you should be 2-2. TC3 is a little scary here, but if you look at the army of fly, it doesn't have that much quality. A Kodo, a Raider, some Walkers, Zerkers, and some Wind Riders. Wind Riders getting webbed means they don't get free focus fire. If you look at a Wind Rider, he's 4 foot, just like a Griffin, that has half life and half damage of a Griffin, almost. And Venom Spears really being the valuable part here, but it's a damage over time ability that doesn't help as much for the immediate bursts of things. And when they get webbed, I mean, there's a reason human generally doesn't go Griffins against undead. Web is such a good counter. So, as long as there's fiends, these Wind Riders are not safe. Are there any rules in tournaments when players can pause a game? In Korea, the rules are very strict. Players will ask for a pause, and it's admins that pause. And the admins are very acute with it. Not but acute. They're fast. And then there are stipulations of what you're allowed to say and how you're allowed to do and stuff. It's a little more informal here. But yeah, I don't know what the rules are. I didn't read anything about disconnects and stuff.